Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be playing some Graves in the jungle and showing you how to carry with the best build and runes possible. For your best runes, take Fleet, Triumph, Alacrity, Coup de Grace, Water Walking, Absolute Attack Speed 80, and Armor. Water Walking is more for the early game scuttle fights and early ganks. Very strong for that with the movement speed and damage. Your Fleet is a little bit of everything. It helps keep you healthy, and on top of that, it lets you frontline a bit better in team fights from the mobility and healing. It makes you much more slippery. Whenever you go for Dark Harvest, it's easier for them to tie you down and stay on top because they're missing out on that 20% movement speed bonus. Up against the Mordekaiser, not a horrible matchup. Your worst matchups on Graves are hard point click CC tanks like Rammus. He's very challenging. Also having to deal with Fiddlesticks because of his fear. Any champion where you can outplay their kit with your E-dash or your R-dash will generally be a good matchup. Also, any champion you can easily invade and kill. Graves can do a solo full clear of 325 fairly consistently. With that being said, oftentimes it's best to just 3-camp off your red side into an invade, because then it leaves your blue side kind of ready for you to farm after that anyways. I'm going to go ahead and auto QE. E is a great auto attack reset, giving you an extra bullet as well. It's the best auto reset you can have. Your grit stacks up, gives you a lot of armor based on your level and how many stacks you have. It's honestly not that important because you're gonna full clear, like full HP anyways because of your fleet. Auto Q auto. But it's just something to keep an eye on. Like the more grit you have, the more confident you can be when you're going into certain places. For example, if you have 0 grit and you're face checking a dangerous bush, then maybe you should be a little scared. We're going to lose all of our grit here. It's fine. We could use E, full clear the wolves and keep grit, but I don't plan on doing that because I want to invade. If you are going to full clear, go 2 points in Q and get W once you're finished your clear when you're level 4. But since we're invading, we want our W to kill. Got a bit of damage. The slow blind on it's good as well. Ghost is best for doing these type of killings. We're going to go ahead and QW, auto into the E. Alright, we're going to need to push this back. Auto, E, there we go, very nice. Absolute Focus helped out a lot there, having that extra bit of damage. Auto Q, I'm not sure if anyone's rotating. Okay, no one seems to be. Auto E, auto. We have red buff, so we can take this pretty fast. Do keep in mind, you take enemy jungle camps 20% slower than your own, which is why this is going to take some time, but we do have smite and the red buff burn on it as well. Now what we want to do here is grab top scuttle, then we could full clear down, literally. Or we grab top, rush down, bot scuttle. I don't think we can get to bot scuttle in time though, if that's what he goes from base. So it kind of is what it is. Auto E, auto. I want to take this first. This is such a beautiful setup. I'll even use my W. You generally shouldn't use your W. I know for a fact he's not going to be over here though, since we have red buff advantage. And since his top side's down, yeah, he literally rushed bot scuttle. We wouldn't have been able to get there in time. Granted, he pushed it the wrong way. He pushed it towards mid lane instead of away from where I would have been, but still. It is what it is. I'm fine with giving that. My Krugs are coming up. My Raptors are down, so we can't really punish our invade that we did either. This is why this route can be as impactful. Like super impactful, because it leaves you not very vulnerable while simultaneously there's so much reward involved, because he can't even take our bot side at the moment with how it's set up. Auto E, auto. You can shoot at an angle to apply your red buff burn to everything at once. It's not typically that big of a deal though, because your jungle friend is doing AoE damage. Go ahead and use my W. I'm not worried about the Mord. All he has is his amplifying tome advantage on us right now in terms of gold spent, but we have red buff and blue buff, which is far more impactful than a 435 gold item. We would be able to perma-kite him out. We'll go ahead and hop over this wall, making sure he's not already over there. Not surprised that he isn't. We're set up for a huge recall here. Now granted, we could have still ganked since we had red buff, but Tryndamere was top. He was probably holding on to dash to where if I ganked, he would immediately dash away. And we'd waste our time, give up our position, and then miss out on an absolutely juicy full clear. My red buff's down, but I do have blue buff. Auto Q. I'm saving my E until they'd committed. Once it was clear they weren't going to be able to 3-man turn on me, that's when we used E. But when we were within kind of the danger zone, we held it just in case. Just in case. Oh, that almost hit me. They should be able to get away from him. He doesn't have flash. We want to get as much of Umbral as we can into boots. His topside camps are up. And we cleared our topside most recently, so our ground's going to be up before any of our other camps. Could pressure onto his Krugs. If he leaves base to full clear from top to bot, we could kill him on it. Most likely go to his blue buff, because that's what's spawning in first. 9 out of 10 times, junglers start bot side for best leash possible. You see it's gray, that means it's up in a minute or less. When it turns yellow, it's 10 seconds or less. So most likely he's just going to go bot side. Oh, I got to kind of be here for this. Hey, friend. Auto Q auto. I'll go ahead and leave the wave where it is. I think it's going to keep pushing to my teammate since my 2 melees were super low there. I kind of need to cover dragon here if I don't want them to get it. And my red buff is also open. I want to get level 6. A pre-7 minute mark. Let's go. I'll grab wraps real quick. I have vision here, so I'll know if Mord went in, and he hasn't yet. Never ever use your W against a monster camp if you are going to get attacked by an enemy champion. Since we're in his territory, the chances of someone springing up on us, whether it be Trin, Ori, or him, is incredibly high. Really, after your first back, you never use your W on monster camps again. He misses his wrap, so as he passes up, he's going to be walking over dead space. I'm also on a decent item advantage. Auto E auto. Generally, Ocean Dragon is the hardest one to take because if the enemies show up, it's easy to kill you because it slows your movement speed by a lot. Every auto attack. Our Grit's going to help us take a bit less damage with the extra armor. And on top of that, we can escape through the back with either our E or R, which is a big reason why Graves doesn't have to go for flash. Over the last season and a half, Ghost has been, I'd say, overbuffed. Towards kind of the best summoner spell on the majority of champions, even range champs. To where the only downside is, oh, you can't go over that wall, but on Graves you can. He's the type of champion who gets away with it. In the same way that Shaco can run Ignite. And you can go Ignite on Graves. The thing is, you don't usually need it, since you can solo many champs in the game early on. This game I've been playing early on, we were doing invade heavy, building a lead that way. So it was invade into full clear, into gank, and now we're just going to take every objective. Even though Graves doesn't have the best late game in the world, if you have a lead and if you have dragon advantage, he's kind of nasty. If your Orianna stays with this wave, we'll kill her. She can't stay with it. Auto W. Get hit her with a Q when she gets closer to that wall. Run her down with our Ghost. Let's see if Mord's in here. Oh, he is. Thanks for bringing me here, Ori. Got it. I gotta get out. Go ahead and pop R early. I can't even see this guy. What in the world? Gragas going in. I got a big Q off. Down he goes. That Gragas follow-up was nasty. I'm not gonna... Oh! Well played. That was sick. That was nasty, man. I was a little nervous because Tryndamere was going to pop the plant while I was in the Shadow Realm. Send you to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo. That's where he put me. And then the Tryndamere pops the Blast Cone, so I had to get my E back up. Every time you auto attack, it puts your E on a lower cooldown. You had to get off as many autos as we could on the Mord there. Since they're kind of coming back to lane, we should have free reign on Herald here. We have 2 grit built up. Granted, Mord's almost all magic damage, but even against mages like an Evelynn or a Mord, having gridded up in the early game is very nice because still 30% of their damage is going to be physical from their auto attacks and whatnot. Obviously, in the late game against a mage, your grit's only going to do so much for you. Back in the day, a long time ago, Graves' grit also gave magic resist. It was too good. Those were back in the days where every Graves main was like rank 1. Champ was too good. EW. I think the Q would have hit if she didn't flash. She's dead though. She can't get away from Cass. She doesn't have phase rush. She's a goner. We have level advantage, gold spent advantage on the Mord. We could perpetually stay in this guy's jungle. There's no reason to throw gold here. Auto Q, auto E. Or I guess auto Q, E, auto. I don't know what that was. Yeah, just auto Q, E, auto. Man, he actually smited. I didn't think he was going to do that. It's time to reset, sitting on a lot of gold. Umbral's very good because it's only 2,300 gold. You can get it pretty much before anyone else can get their complete item outside of support players. That's where the value comes from. Their team is kind of a little bit of everything. I think plated will be best though. And then second item, they are triple range, so I'll run Eclipse. If they're mainly melee heavy, so let's say they had a Zed mid or a Talon mid, Gore Drinker is what you want, because you can hit big Gore Drinkers while you're front lining. But if they're ranged heavy, Eclipse is better because it ends up giving you movement speed, which helps you to stay on top of people or to kite out their front line. So if they have 3 or more melee champs, go Gore Drink. If they have 3 or more range champs, go for Eclipse. It's a solid rule of thumb. Dragon's up in 30. We'll play around that. Might as well. Auto Q, auto E. Auto Q, E, auto. Their turret's kind of low. Herald only scrapes a plate and a sliver. It's like a plate and a fourth pretty much. Maybe I have time to do dragon. Ooh. Hop over real quick. I still have R to get away. Down he goes. They were stuck on a big smoke screen there. That exhaust was nasty. Auto Q auto. I have 5 grit right now. She's not doing that much damage to me. Auto E auto. It's literally the grit. Oh, she got me. Holy moly, dude. On that feather pull. Me dying there was really bad too because we didn't get to lay Herald before plates fall. So we're going to miss out on a lot of gold. Orianna gets the rotation. Don't know why Cass went top over bot. It's whatever. I greeted for that play. We're sitting on 5 or 6 grit there. So I didn't really want to back off. There's so much extra armor. 10 armor per stack. So we had an extra 50-60 armor there. She's only 1 full item versus our item and a half. Go ahead and lay that bot and head over bot side myself. If you need to get away from somebody quickly, you can pretty much just Q immediately into R. You know, hit them with both abilities as they're trying to run into you. And they get smacked down. Or you can Q at them like this, like auto Q E backwards into R. You have to hover your cursor to do it, so it's a little bit awkward, but that's the general concept. They just got dragon. No way. I gotta stay in this little bunghole's jungle. We have such a big advantage over him still, even after giving 1,000 gold shutdown to whoever. Or 800 gold shutdown, I should say. See where their bot lane is. I'm fine putting my E on a cooldown then. Guess I'll take his Gromp. Play for the bot kill. They're super squishy. Lethality Graves is amazing for that. You only go for Black Cleaver if they have a giga big front line. Things like Ramazak, Ornn, Leona, those types of champs. You really need to kill these minions. Dude, I can't move. Lulu just put her little thing on a minion as well instead of on me, so I didn't get a shield there. That's kind of funny. Why are we not just taking this? Janna just blocked my thing. Janna literally blocked my my auto attack on the turret. What a butthole. Yeah, down you go, friend. Down you go, friend. I'll sacrifice both my teammates before I let them survive. Oh, what am I doing? I gotta kind of have to bail on that one. Maybe I can save. Oh, she's exhausted. Yeah. The healing's kind of nasty. He hit me with a big ability there. I don't really have the stuff to finish him though. Like I have my W, but then I won't have mana for anything else. So I don't want to overcommit and give up shutdown on someone who's basically out of the game entirely. Herald's back up. I'll path into that. As long as I don't die again, then it's whatever. Giving up shutdown on a champ like Graves, or kind of like an 80 Evelyn, because you can full clear pretty fast and healthy on your own. You can one tap squishies, and oftentimes since you're doing so much farming and getting so many kills, you have the shutdown gold to where if you die it loses your team the game single-handedly. Pretty much. Pretty much. This is the part of the game where using our W against our own monster camp, even when we can do so safely, is a waste of time. Every auto's doing 500. Our W does 60 damage. It's nothing. Blue jungle items viable on Graves as well. I think green one's best though, especially if you have to front line a bit for your team, because your team lacks a proper front line like we do. Time for Herald. Got 6 grit built up. That's 96 freaking armor, dude. So tanky. 112 now. That 14 armor per 16. Nice. Very nice. I'll be taking that. You can auto plants or champions to keep your grid up. I think turrets count as well. Plants, monsters, champions. I think wards do too. Nice. I kept it up. Sick. I can't keep it now. I wanted to keep the 8 up, but I couldn't. Damage as well, I believe. On the grit. I don't. Okay, their trend is. He only has 1 item. I should be able to kite him out with the Eclipse speed up off of 2 consecutive hits. Auto E, auto Q. Down he goes. I don't really need this. I mean, he is the laner. You might as well have it. See if we can find some more wards while Umbrel's up. I'll lay this bot side and push dragon, so they have to decide what they want to go for here. Does he have any camps up? Yes, he does. Very nice. Don't mind if I do. Maybe I should help him with that. Doesn't seem like the enemy's really sent anyone to stop it either. Yeah, might as well. They're all kind of staying mid right now. Gonna get a big hit here. Maybe even get the turret. Nope, never mind. Alright, it's time to back out. Get dragon. Flame drags are kind of nasty on Graves. Graves skills extremely well off of it, having more AD. Also pick up some crit items in the later game on him. Lord Doms is his best pen item because it gives him % base damage, helps him to kill tanks, because Graves doesn't have any % base damage in his kit. He can only get % base damage through his items, so It's really only Bork and Dom, but Bork sucks on Graves because Graves can't put out that many auto attacks. He's not an on-hit type of champion. So it really is just LDR, Lord Dominic's Regard. Sitting on nearly 5k gold, it's time to spend. We'll get LDR here. Shred the Mord up. Could push Collector, honestly, because they don't have that much armor yet. Collector here is really good. Then we'll go for LDR. If you need survivability, usually you go for GA, Guardian Angel. I don't know why it doesn't have it as a recommended item here. That's actually very strange. Because GA is very good on Graves if you have a big shutdown in your head. GA, Mob versus AP, GA versus Armor. Death Stance isn't horrible on him, but it is nerfed for range champs. Team's fighting right now without me while I was spending my 5k gold. They probably think I'm trolling because they may not realize why I reset, not realizing like I literally needed to spend 5k gold, otherwise I didn't have an item advantage. Gotta stay alive, don't throw my shutdown. Auto Q. E auto. They wouldn't go for Baron here, would they? Maybe. No, okay, they're not. I don't know what they're going for. Can almost get our next item. Swords isn't bad either, but if they do have someone that's tanky, it's not the right option. Even if it does give you slow on your abilities. And since they have the Mord, we need LDR to kill him. He's going to get more and more HP items, so we get more and more extra damage versus him. Why is Kaisa doing that? What a dingleberry. Why? She doesn't seem like she could take it. She went Bork for some reason, second item. That doesn't seem right. Can't imagine Bork's bad on her, but second item? I don't know about that. It's pretty much always triple crit on 80 carries these days, so you can pick up IE third item. It's time to wrap this game up, baby! Walk her down with the Eclipse speed up. Jeez, I'm getting messed up here. Yeah, that hurts. I don't like that. She's 3 items. She has as many items as I do. The Zaya. We were still soloing her even though she got an Ori shield, but it's not worth. We can't really end here. Team should just back off. Yeah, I'll get Lord Doms for now. I think it'll end up being worth, even if Searles right now would be more useful to maybe kite trend out. As long as I hold E, he can't kill me. I'm about to use my E though. Kind of wanted to run him down. He's only 1.5 full item, not including boots. That won't really be enough to kill us. Stuck in the smoke screen. Arguably the best weapon you can have against melees, since it's AoE. Thanks for the hook. Appreciate that. We might actually be able to end off that. Nice thing about Eclipse is it makes it to where you don't have to get lifesteal, since Eclipse is Omnivamp. It's a better version of lifesteal. It applies to all your damage dealt, not just your physical damage from your auto attacks. Down he goes. I need to back off now. I don't have supers here. Down you go. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to chase Graves because you have to run through a Q and an R. He's got his E dash, so we hit him with an auto Q. You can E back, and then bada boom, down he goes. In that aspect, Graves is kind of like a ranged Alawi. Running into him is so dangerous, and at the same time, he's mobile enough to where you can't really stay on top of him if he has fleet. Oh, I missed my dash. Crap. That's not what I wanted. Teammates got Baron really fast. I realized they were doing it. I wanted to grab his camps first. You might say it's greedy, but I mean, they have an AD carry, a tank, and a support there. They wouldn't necessarily need me. And I was also blocking the enemies and getting vision, even if it didn't come to that, even if that didn't come to fruition or whatever. We need to stay alive. Don't throw the shutdown. It's time to push in these side waves, I think. We already have mid lane pushing in with super. We don't need a group there underneath double turret. It's going to be hard to end when they have a Janna fed Xayah. Xayah outranges our Kai'Sa. She also pops her R. Auto W. Auto. Holy crap. She died in 2 auto attacks. Auto R. Down you go. Nice. Man, that Lulu speed up is nasty. I don't know why Cass is going that deep though, bro. I should have tanked that last shot for him. That was my bad. Hey, Tryndamere. I don't have my dash, and you know that, and you're still afraid. Yeah, he knows. I ran him down. Yeah, Graves damage is, let's just say it's balanced, especially when you have a lead. Ranged, mobile, AoE, burst, high cleared, decent ganks. Okay, not bad. Boom! Drop the R. Can't quite finish the Janna, and we'll take it, man. Let's look at damage dealt, damage taken. Looking at damage dealt to enemy champions, we had the most in the game. Looking at damage taken, middle of the pack, self-mitigated. Most in the game, not bad. Surprised we had more than Mord, because Mord shelled. I guess he was pretty far behind. For runes, really high value. Graves Jungle is an extremely good carry champion. However, if you do not manage to build a lead, or if you're in a matchup where you don't win the 1v1 against them when you go for the invade or invades, then he's a bad champion. One of the best things about Graves is his ability to safely invade and typically win the solo fight. So if you're not able to access that, he's inherently crap. So it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is King Sticks. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.